To be nice or to be mean? That is the question that I am struggling with this latest album review. May God have mercy on my soul. What's up, everyone? It's your boy, Matt Diazabul, coming at you with a new album review. Thank you for coming on by. I appreciate it. Welcome. Hey, what's good, everyone? Today, I am checking out a band called Magnadur with their latest album called Punishment of Hamlet. If you've never heard of this band, Magnadur, they are a death metal, melodic death metal, power metal band, gothic metal band, pretty much anything under the metal genre style of band from a place called Turku, I think Turku, Finland. Yeah, and they've been making music for, I want to say, at least 3-4 years. I think this is a solo project from the main guy himself. His name is, it's definitely a solo project from a guy named Tomi Brodowski. I'm saying it in like a Russian / like Eastern European dialect. Sorry if I'm butchering your last name. I'm not too familiar with Finnish names. But he reached out to me to do a review recently, and I'm always happy to check out smaller time artists, newer artists, to help get them some exposure, because we all need a little help every once in a while. And yeah, this guy's been featured in a lot of publications when it comes to metal magazines and blogs in the year 2024, 2025. So he's been making a lot of noise and a lot of, I guess you could say, he's really getting himself out there. So kudos to him for working his butt off. With this album, Punishment of Hamlet, it is a chaotic experiment in genre fusion that, aims to be very theatrical and very symphonic, mixing all these elements of metal, but ultimately it falls into a pit of inconsistency. I will say this Finnish band definitely has some kind of vision here that they're trying to get out, and I think it is a world built around old Victorian style era atmospheres, horror aesthetics, and an unrelenting sound of heaviness. Unfortunately, it's buried under, baffling production choices, clashing elements, and vocals that often feel like more like they are sabotage than artistry. Throughout the album, there's like a reoccurring motif when it comes to, soft classical intros, often incorporating violins, cellos, pianos, flutes, or even like old school like choirs that invoke like a moody old London style ambiance. Tracks like Orient Express, Love Hurts, Hamlet, and Notre Dame begin with some really promising atmosphere, transporting the listener to another era. However, these moments are constantly undercut by some abrupt and jarring transitions into some metal music that just feels very jarring and disconnected. Rather than like building on this tension with these two styles, the songs often feel like, you're just shifting too quickly into another style, like a car crash, and you never really get a sense of it like settling into any mood or rhythm. It's just so abrupt and just so like quickly changing that you get like whiplash as you listen to it. So here's a clip of Notre Dame so you get a sense of that transition from the intro that's soft and building an atmosphere to really incoherent metal.
So 8 years ago, almost 3 decades before, for you long enough to lead.
I don't know what's going on there. And a major issue with this album is the production. Whether on Escape, Carpe Diem, or Hamlet 2, the vocals are just frequently just pushed way too high up in the mix, overpowering the riffs, the bass. Occasionally the bass does come through, and even the drums. Everything is being drowned out by the vocals. And I want to give you I guess a preview of that on the song Escape. His vocals are just too high in the mix. Like his vocals are more powerful than the instruments in a not so good way. Like I shouldn't be able to hear just your vocals. Then the instruments are bare, like so tiny. And in some cases, like on Resident Evil and Punishment, the vocals are so harsh, so erratic that, you know, it just feels like it's so out of sync with the instrumentation. They sound like they were just dropped into the song without regard to tempo or tone. These tracks feel less like composed songs and more like, you know, sonic experiments that just lost control of themselves. The instrumental work here is not entirely without merit though. Riffs in Babylon and even some sections of Finnish sauna have a hint of potential, and some of the drumming, though buried, features some tight double kicks and some energetic pacing. So I want to play a clip of Finnish sauna so you get a sense of just how potentially good the instrumentation can be good if you can get past the vocals. Like there's something there, I'll give them that, on the very bottom of the instrumentation, but those vocals overpowering, crashing, tanking everything. Sadly, these brief moments of nice work from the instrumentations are often suffocated by the poor mixing, overlayered arrangements, and just the tonal shifts throughout this whole album that just ruin every momentum that each song has some potential. And you know, they're trying to build something here, but the shifts in tones really throw everything out of whack. Even a track like In Praise of Beauty, which begins off in a very soft, calming synth wave and has a momentary feel of cohesion, gets bulldozed by the wall of blaring structuralist metal that plays this album. What's most frustrating about this album is that, you know, you get the sense that something interesting might be buried underneath all this noise. There's ambition here, no doubt. I'll give them that. The use of choirs, string instruments like violins and cellos, and there's an overall thematic callback to other songs like with Hamlet and Hamlet 2 suggests that there's a concept or, you know, a narrative trying to emerge here. But the execution is too messy to support that narrative. The songwriting feels very stitched together. Multiple ideas just jammed into a single track that, you know, just doesn't really flow really well or have any consistency to it. It comes off more like someone experimenting with a DAW for the first time than a professional band creating a coherent album. Punishment of Hamlet is definitely living up to its name. It's punishment for sure, but it's not the punishment you're thinking here from, you know, heavy or extreme metal, but it's more from, you know, the incoherent and frustrating songs. Beneath the noise, there might be fragments of, you know, a vision and talent here, but they're just buried under layers and layers of mismatched choices, production flaws that just make the album feel nearly impossible to enjoy. It's an ambitious concept that is completely undermined by erratic songwriting, jarring transitions, and muddled production. There might be some potential here, but it's just trapped in a sonic blender. Overall, it's artistic chaos without the art. So this latest album from Magnadur, Punishment of Hamlet, I've got to give it, you know, this is the best I feel I can give it. I don't know if I can come back and review it, but for now, it sits at a 1.5 out of 10. Links down below. Tell me what you think about this band. Give me some more recommendations. Thank you for always coming by and watching. And like always, guys, see you in the pit.
Good things about you.